Hi everyone, so this is week 2 at the Casa Sula intensive, and I did my first video and I thought I was going to do one every day, and I realized that there's so much going on during the days and then at night and getting my work stuff done that here I am checking in. I think it's probably good to have some breathing space in between because I've been processing, it's been a lot of magical golden moments. So I'm live at the school here. I'm just going to have to be, I'm actually in this little carriage, this stationary carriage. You can probably hear some of the kids in the background. This experience has kind of been above and beyond my wildest dreams of what this was going to be. I didn't know that I necessarily had a lot of expectations, but what I'm witnessing here with the kids and the bonding that I'm having with my own kids, I came into this experience very bonded to my kids, but the bonding is on a completely different level. Really a choice just to drop into this incredible present moment field with these kids. I almost describe it as there's these constant mini little shows happening. It's just there's like these little, it's like these little theater plays that happen. They're just so creative. They're so dynamic. The kids play so well together. They clean up after themselves. It's really an incredible experience that Margarita, Esperanza, and Edgar, the Grupo Rion, who set this up. I really knew what this was. I kind of knew intellectually what this was. I'm actually having an experience of this whole experience going into my cells. I think probably there's so many magical moments with my own kids, learning about the other kids, but I think if I were to kind of wrap up and summarize, I'm now, I guess, 7 days into this experience, 7 school days, is that what I'm witnessing is that the kids are playing constantly, free association by their own directive. And there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of peace. My whole job in this whole experience is just to keep staying out of the way, really staying in a place of witnessing. This is very much a meditation, a beautiful meditation that feels so good. I've been sharing this with all the other parents that haven't yet experienced something like this. We're some of the first few parents that have chosen to do this intensive, this 3-week intensive at the school. And I've pretty much, I think at this point, convinced every parent to do this. I think this is something that every parent should do, put on their bucket list, even if they can just do this once in their life, just because of the magic that unfolds between the bonding between your own kids. Learning so much about the importance of consistency and boundaries, and consistency and boundaries and setting them with love. Whole other level of learning there, which is extraordinary. And yeah, I think what I'm witnessing of the kids just playing and being in joy in all their creative endeavors here, I'm noticing that probably the greatest gift that these kids will be receiving is locking that into their nervous system, where learning goes hand in hand and coexists with fun and joy. And so that once that gets locked in the nervous system, I always feel like that will be their normal. There will be no wavering in that. That will be the roots that they will have planted. And I'm just so incredibly grateful that my kids are getting to have this experience, that they're getting to lock that into their nervous system. What is created here is magical and incredible. So again, if you haven't checked out, just go to casasula.com. This is by no means an advertisement, but wherever you are in the world, if you happen to be seeing this, this is just an experience that I strongly recommend at some point in your life. Consider it like a deep dive shamanic meditation. It's like a training course, and it's really what you're entering into if you're choosing to do something like this. And I am just so honored that I'm getting to have this experience, number one, and experiencing these heart explosions in my own heart with my own children multiple times a day. Still feeling it as I share this right now, how fortunate I feel. And even had tears of joy the other day just watching my kids playing, and watching them how they are problem solving on their own. And it's funny, the instinct as an adult, when you see a little issue or challenge happening with the kids, is to want to step in and try and fix it. And our job here and what we're being trained to do, which is such incredible life training, life skills, is just to step back. And as I do step back, I'm just watching these kids. They're figuring things out on their own. They're problem solving on their own together, with ease and joy and grace and a whole lot of love. So honored beyond belief to be having this experience. And I'll check in again and update you on what else I've learned in this process.